need to get over there. We're losing the initiative, you know. And Bob just looked straight at me and said, stand down, you need to wait.
Well, explosive claims from security operators on the ground the night of the Benghazi terror attack, the night our ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 others were killed. A top CIA officer told them to wait, to not come to the rescue of those Americans. Well, the men revealed that last night on an explosive special with Bret Baier, their account vastly different from the narrative presented by this administration. Who do we believe? Joining us now, Lieutenant Colonel Oliver North, Fox News military analyst and host of War Stories. Colonel, we're glad to have you on this morning. This is obviously a very upsetting story, but there's one angle, it seems to me, that is good news. These guys were told by their direct superior not to come to the aid of fellow Americans, and they ignored that order and did anyway, risking their lives. Pretty amazing, isn't it?
Well, you've got 3 very brave Americans there, Tucker, and what we've got in 13 hours and the interview that Bret Baier aired last night is the most detailed account yet that the public has had access to about what happened at 9/11/12 in Benghazi. You know, all 3 of these men have put themselves at risk by disclosing what they know about what actually occurred that night. The authors are at risk of retribution from radical Islamists who are already in the United States. They also risk retribution from the Obama's cover-up machine for violating their so-called non-disclosure agreements. As we all know, Tucker, this most transparent administration in history has used everything in their power to cover up every crime that's been committed since Fast and Furious in 2009 to the IRS scandal that was started in 2010 and went on through 13 at least, and even the ongoing VA scandal. So the Obama administration is complicit, but Congress in this building right here behind me is also derelict. If Speaker Boehner had appointed a select committee in 2012, as my congressman, Frank Wolf, had advocated, this would not have been news today, and officials in the Obama administration, including Hillary Clinton, would already have been held accountable.
Well, the Obama administration is still denying the substance of any of this. Here's the State Department spokeswoman, Marie Harf, saying that these claims are lies. Watch this.
There was a short delay so they could get backup and get additional weaponry before they went into a situation that they were unaware of what they were going to be encountering on the other side. But to be clear, there was no stand-down order given from anyone. There has been no evidence to support that claim throughout this entire process. It keeps coming up, and every time it does, we will keep saying there's no evidence.
So she's calling these guys liars.
Yeah, well, she is. And she ought to be called as a witness by the Select Committee, as will they, as will everybody else, to include Bob, who is, we now know, the base chief for the CIA annex out there in Benghazi. Look, here's another question that this book raises. Why was nothing done by the O-Team national security apparatus to prepare for the 9/11/01 anniversary? Here's the problem. 9/11, no matter what year it is always going to be a time when terrorists, radical Islamic terrorists, are going to try to carry out attacks in America. That includes Thursday next week. They did nothing to prepare for this anniversary. And that is totally contrary, Tucker, to everything that we've done in the past. 9/11 was, everybody knew, going to be it. Bob knew it.
Of course.
These 3 men knew it. And this administration did nothing to prepare for it. Why?
It's a total violation of common sense. Thank you for reminding us of that. Oliver North, you know, it's only 8:20 in the morning. You're the most articulate person I've ever met before noon. It's unbelievable.
Very kind, Tucker.
Thank you for coming on this morning.
All right, buddy.
Coming up, she's called Wisconsin's